Hi everybody, it's Carla. Today I'm going to be talking about clairsentience. Last time I discussed clairaudience and I had a little bit of a mishap. I had somebody that was coming through for a reading that I was going to be doing. I think it wasn't too long after I did the YouTube video, but it did end up being for somebody that I was doing a phone reading for, I believe. So I went ahead and uploaded it. I figured, what the hell. So today we're going to be talking about clairsentience, and all clairsentience means is clear feeling, okay? And the sacral chakra has to do with that. And the sacral chakra, for those of you who do not know, is located right below your belly button and above your root chakra. So, I think, this is just my opinion, that this is usually one of the first psychic abilities that people develop if they're trying to develop it. If they're trying to develop their psychic abilities, most people have it and they don't know it, or they can't understand it, or, things like that. Everybody always talks about clairvoyance and clairvoyance. Everybody wants the third eye, clear seeing, to be able to see. And clairsentience is a very valuable ability. Again, most people are going to be clairsentient to a certain point, just like everybody has psychic abilities or mediumship abilities. Everybody has them. Remember, it's just they're not always developed at the same rate. Again, I use the singing thing. Everybody can sing, not everybody can sing well. So clairsentience is that whenever you get that gut feeling about something, that's one example. That gut feeling, just something doesn't feel right or something feels off. Being empathic is another way to describe clairsentience also. Again, some people are more clairsentient than others. Some people are way more empathic than others. So when you're using your clairsentience, you're feeling, okay? When you walk into a room and like the energy feels heavy, or you can just tell that somebody had a really big argument in there, you're using your clairsentience. Now, I'm sure that most people, maybe not everybody, but most people get feelings like that from time to time. They just walk into a room, or they meet somebody and they say something just doesn't feel right about this person, or something doesn't feel right about this situation. Clairsentience. I think it's an overlooked ability because it could really help you in a lot of situations. It really can. And you always got to go with your gut. Always. Okay? If something doesn't feel right, you don't do it, because you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass later if you do. I guarantee it. It's happened to everybody. It's happened to me. This was not the first ability that I noticed. Again, I've had mediumship abilities and clairvoyance, clairaudience, all that kind of stuff since I was, ever since I can remember. So for me, I think the first thing that I noticed was clairvoyance and being able to see spirit physically with my eyes. All children are open. Everybody has seen little kids playing with somebody that they cannot see. This is real. This is not them playing with an imaginary friend or talking to somebody imaginary. This is real. To go back to the clairsentience, you can feel spirit as well. I feel spirit constantly. And the clairsentience is going to work hand in hand with your other abilities if you have them, or if you're trying to develop them. I feel spirit all the time. That's one of the things in the last video that I did. If you watched it, you saw me, I was closing my eyes. I was telling you how I was feeling. I was feeling the spirit that was getting closer to me because they knew that their loved one was going to have a reading. And I could feel that they had overdosed. I felt very sleepy. I felt high as a kite. And this is in one of the ways that I work. So clairsentience is a big ability. It's a big ability for me, working hand in hand with my other ones. So do some people just have clairsentience? Yeah, that might be their dominant ability, we'll say. But usually they will work hand in hand. At least they do for me. So I feel spirit on a daily basis. I do readings every day, whether they be in person or on the telephone or Skype. Just walking out to a mall or a restaurant or wherever, I get bombarded with feelings. I usually know when they're not mine, only because this is not new to me. This is how I grew up. It can get confusing for some people. It can get confusing, absolutely. Sometimes I still have to question, is this mine? Or does this belong to another living person? Or does this belong to a spirit person? Even an animal, okay? So you have to try to learn to distinguish what is yours and what is not. Sometimes that can be a little tricky, okay? It can be tricky. But if this is something that you're aware of and you already know, okay, clairsentience, it's a real thing. It's a thing. It's clear feeling. If you're feeling something that's overwhelming, even things that happen in the world, you might know about something before it happens because you just feel like something bad is getting ready to happen. I can't exactly tell you what it is, but I know something big is coming. That happens to me all the time as well, okay? I'll get sick. Or I get very depressed. I might start crying for no reason, and then I have to stop and I have to think and I have to go, okay, examine. Does this have to do with the reading that you have coming up? Usually I will get an answer because if this belongs to a spirit person, they're going to respond and they're going to tell me. If that's the case, I ask them to please back away from my energetic field so I don't feel that emotion that's coming through. It doesn't necessarily mean that this spirit is depressed. That's not what that means. Usually it has to do with how they felt when they were alive, okay? Or maybe towards the end of their life or whatever. It doesn't mean that the spirit's depressed, although in some cases it can. So I don't want you thinking that your loved ones are depressed and sad on the other side. Okay? Are some? Yes. But that's not typically the case. Unless they just passed, they had some issues, things like that. Trust me, all that gets resolved on the other side eventually with the right help, if that happens to be the case. So that helps me communicate to my client, first, proof of who it is, okay? It could give me details to pass on to the client. They go, oh yeah, that's my Uncle Bobby. He was really depressed, and if I feel intoxicated somehow, usually I can distinguish drunk from something else. Let's say I was feeling like I'd had a few drinks. I say, yeah, this is somebody who drinks. I feel like I've had a few drinks. Oh yeah, that's my Uncle Bobby. And then of course you get other details that come along with it. So the clairsentience does help me when I'm doing my readings. Absolutely. They get close to your auric field and you can feel these things. You might start laughing for no reason. But the thing is when people are feeling these things and they're not doing readings, okay? Because that happens. Like I said, that happens to me all the time. So you have to try to learn to distinguish, okay, is this mine or is this someone else's or is this a spirit person? Some people might go around life oblivious and they don't feel anything at all. There's plenty of those people. But I can guarantee you, even the least sensitive person on the planet, psychically or emotionally or whatever, will be at least a tiny, tiny bit affected by clairsentience. Okay, even the tiniest bit. I can guarantee it. So if you are somebody who is trying to develop psychic abilities, or you're into metaphysical stuff, and you're trying to learn and things like that, and or you just feel like you feel too much and you wonder, what's wrong with me? Chances are is that you have a strong empathic sense and you're very clairsentient. Okay, there's been days where I've been, lots of days, extremely depressed. There's no reason for me to be depressed personally. And say I don't have a reading that day, say it's a Sunday or a day that I'm doing other things. I literally have to stop and I have to think, because you forget to. It's not like we are, people who are mediums and psychics are the all-knowing eye, and there's hormonal things going on at times. So you got to stop and you got to think, okay, is this me? First of all, remember, always stop, ask yourself, is this my actual feeling? Am I feeling this? Okay. What's going on in my life that might make me be feeling this? If there's nothing going on, then you go, okay, either this belongs to a living person. It could be your spouse. It could be your mother, brother, sister, cousin, son, daughter, or whatever. You might be picking up on their feelings as well. People that are very connected to each other will constantly pick up each other's emotions. Constantly. Okay? It happens all the time to me. There's nothing going wrong. I feel anxious, or I feel like I'm in a hurry. I feel like this or that. Guess what? It's not mine. It belongs to another living person. So remember that. And, like I said, people don't give enough credit to clairsentience. And we're going to go back to things that happen on the planet, worldwide spectrum type of thing. When there's a big event that's coming up, whether it be like a terrorist attack, plane crashes, volcanoes, earthquakes, something big, something that's going to make world news, or even something that's just in your area, something that you're going to find out about somehow that might be connected to you through another person. You can feel these things. And the bad part about that is that when something big happens, like a huge earthquake that's going to kill, a lot of people, or a terrorist attack, or mass shootings. I mean, we just had one here in Florida. I'm sure everybody is aware of it. A lot of times you're going to pick up that something is going to happen, something big, something bad, and you don't know what it is. And unfortunately, it's so hard to pinpoint exactly where or when something's going to happen that a lot of times there's nothing you can do about it. A lot of times you will know what's going to happen, like a terrorist attack or a plane going down or whatever. I'm using these as examples. And okay, I know a plane's going to go down. I know it. Do you know how hard it is to pinpoint exactly an airline, a location? There's a lot of things going on here, okay? A lot. Even if you ask the right questions, you know something's going to happen. You know it. You know something's going to happen. You need to know exactly where it's going to happen. You need to know exactly when it's going to happen. You need to know who to contact for these kinds of things. And chances are they're not going to believe you anyways. Okay? So if you feel impending doom, like on a global level or whatever, and you just know that this specific thing is going to happen. You feel helpless. It's like you don't know who am I supposed to tell? What am I supposed to do? I don't have any details. It's sad. You have this little piece of information that could help a lot of people, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because again, chances are, if you happen to contact the right people, and you know the exact day, the exact time, things like that, they're not going to believe you. They're going to think that you're, oh yeah, I'm a medium and a psychic, or I'm just an average person, and I had this feeling that something really bad was going to happen, and it was going to happen on this day, at this time, at this place. Do you actually think that somebody's gonna listen to you? No. It's hard enough to get your own family and people that you know to listen to you if you think something's going to happen. Okay? And it's hard to pinpoint when you know something's going to happen, even with your own family member, because you feel it. You can't get the exact time or the day. You can't. You just know, okay, look. So again, it's like any other psychic gift. It's a gift, and you got to deal with it, and that's it. So clairsentience is clear feeling, but it can help you in everyday life. It can help you with all your other abilities as well. They work in tandem. Again, it's the sacral chakra right below the belly button. And next time, I think I'm going to be talking about claircognizance. I think. We'll see. So, anyways, that's clairsentience, and I hope everybody has a good day, and everybody be nice to each other and take care of each other. Bye.